Good morning to you, our audience. Ted and Ed TV channel welcome each of you to our weekly Saturday broadcast where we give insightful views on economic, political, world, and environmental issues concerning how money connects those matters. Our hosts, Mr. Ted Harvey Sr. and Mr. Edward Bishop III, are now taking each of you into our world of money and its value, along with the evils that come from the greed of hoarding financial power. He that controls the gold controls the important decisions in this world.
Something very, very, very special here going on. We have now a president who has retired, finished his 8 years in office, and he's decided that this country is in such bad shape that he has to go on a campaign trail.
This is unprecedented.
This is a president that's retired. This is something that has never happened before.
Yeah, this is unprecedented. I mean, and he's absolutely right. And if you saw the picture that they showed, a still photography, a picture of him, and looked in his eyes, you can tell that he has great concern. And you can see that it wasn't a picture of in his eyes of fear, but it was like I mean, I'm just telling you how I read it. That picture, man, that they showed of him in a still photography, it was like it wasn't fear, and it was like so much concern, and he was like, it's almost like he was puzzled. What the hell is going on? He said the Republicans are not doing anything, and this man is breaking all the norms. He's talking about the judicial system. He's getting on all these judges. He's talking about our CIA. He's talking about the FBI. He's downgrading everything that we stand for, what this country's supposed to stand for. And you got your bad actors in all of those different departments, but the point is, most of them are good people, and they love this country, and they love the people in this country. However, there's a force right now, just like he said, you can't condemn the Nazis. You can't put down the Nazis. That's a problem. So I don't know. I think maybe he's the white hat, bro. Maybe he's the white hat. Maybe these Republicans wake up. I don't know, man, because I mean, you got this damn what is McCain's friend Graham said what he said about the speech. And I say, this jackass, man, this dude, man, he done lost all his courage. McCain gone, man, he done lost all his courage. Graham, I thought he was going to take the battle up, but just like he said in his eulogy, I'm gonna need all y'all help. Because obviously he's a weak ass SOB. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. I know you got the thing on, bro.
Yeah. Well, we live now. We live now, man. This conversation got
and I'm
deep.
Telling you, man.
It got deep, man, because
it
is crazy out there. Something that happened.
It's crazy, man. It's like President Obama
is one of the
white hat out there.
He's one of the best presidents that this country has probably ever had, according to surveys out there and polls. That he served this country with dignity and he served this country with respect, no matter what happened. And for him to decide to go out and do this, man, it had to be something
unprecedented, bro.
Yeah, very, very, very important and everything for it. And I think that our electorate out there and the people and stuff in this country need to understand that it is highly important for them to get out and treat this midterm election just like it's a general election, and get out there and just vote and get some of those knuckleheads and stuff out of office, and even do something about their Senate.
For some reason, Ed, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
For
hear
some
you.
reason, you cutting out.
You got it?
Yeah, I mean, for some reason, you've been cutting out.
Yeah, well, my mic might be a little bit off and everything. I don't know. I'm using this mic that's sitting here in front of me and everything. So hopefully, you know, do what it's supposed to do. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you know, that speech was right on, you know, it was right on. So, but it's a lot of stuff that we can talk about, man. You know, we're going to welcome our audience and thank them for joining us. Those that are joining us or will be joining us down the road, you know, looking at, if you're not streaming live, then you can check us out later on during the broadcast when we set it up on YouTube. However, so many things that's going on, but we were just talking about the Obama speech, President Obama, former President Obama's speech, and he laid out a whole lot of things, and he lit into 45. He lit into them real good, and 45 came back at him talking about he fell asleep on him. So more power to him. And that's the reason why you never learn nothing, 45, because you fall asleep or you watch garbage all the time, like that Fox News.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure he saw it. You know, this is Trump is a professed and a profound liar and stuff and everything. He saw it. He listened to it, and I'm pretty sure his people and stuff, as soon as Obama came on and started talking, probably went in there and woke him up and told him to look at it. And he didn't have anything to come back on it at that time right then until he figured out the what you might call the impact and stuff on Obama's speech and everything, and what he did and what he is planning on doing. And it is going to become a battle, I guess, during these last 60-some days and stuff before the election, two presidents. One of them who is sitting and another one who's already been in that seat and has retired and stuff now. It's going to be a battle out there, because anytime President Obama goes and gives a speech or does something for any candidate and stuff out there, it is going to be a major event, just like it is if Trump goes out there and does something. He's going to have news media and stuff all around to find out what they are saying. So right now, he is going to be sharing the bully pulpit with another president.
Yep. And those two right now are the only two that can draw 10, 15, 20,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that right there, when you can draw and you're talking politics and you're talking issues that's concerning the country, that's when you get the news people out there, because they know that's going to be news. And and right now, there is no other politician on the other side that can do that.
Mm-hmm. Not even the vice president, not even Pence. He can't do that.
No, and not even the former vice president.
Yeah, Biden. So it's going to be major news. Whenever Obama goes out, there's going to be TV cameras and stuff from all the networks following him and trying to figure out what he is saying and what the response and stuff is going to be for what he has to say. And if what he's going to be doing is going to rally people to come out and vote. Because I think what he is trying to do is he wants people to treat this thing like a major election, a presidential election where they come out in droves and stuff and stand in line and vote. And if he can get that done, then it's going to change the dynamics and stuff of our political environment and stuff out there, because just like you said earlier, the Republicans aren't doing anything. It seems like they are afraid of him and they don't want to say anything. And no matter how crazy it gets, you can't get them to come forth publicly and say what this man is doing is wrong. Now they may be,
and a lot of them, a lot of them are very moderate, or maybe leaning more, on the right, but they have sense and they're intelligent. They know what's going on. However, you got these fringes that's really strong, right? They don't care. They're complicit. They don't care what happens to the country, really. I mean, they just care about what's coming in their pocket. Because why would anybody retire? Here you got one of the highest offices in the nation, Speaker of the House. Why would you give that up? And you ain't even, how old is the man? How old is Ryan? Do you know?
I think he's 46 to 47.
Man ain't even 50 years old, man. And he got one of the highest offers in the land, and he's retiring. He's giving it up. That's a problem. And he's supposed to have all these bright ideas and everything else, And so, and then you got these senators and representatives they're just flaking out. They're just gone. So something is going on, man. The reason why these people are retiring, and somebody needs to investigate. Somebody needs to talk about it and find out, why are these people quitting? Why they're leaving the party? Because somebody's, it's a coup, bro. I keep saying that. It's a coup. Somebody has taken over this party. These oligarchs have taken over this party. They have paid these people off. And like you said, President Obama said it. What has happened to the Republican Party? What has happened to them?
Well, that's kind of a quote or a statement and everything that is usually not said by a Democrat. Most of the time, they just let them do what they do, and the Democrats do what they do. But for him to question in that party and their morals and what's going on and stuff with them and everything speaks loudly of President Obama and stuff and what he stands for. That he is the type of person and stuff that will make a statement like that because he's concerned about not only the Democrats, but he's concerned about the Republicans and what they are doing and stuff out there. And maybe he can get some of those people and stuff inside the Republican Party to realize and stuff that what they're doing and everything is un-American, that they are allowing someone to lead their party and his ideals and stuff is nowhere near what the Republican ideals and stuff are. He does not speak for Republican ideas and he doesn't speak for Democratic ideas. He speaks for Trump's ideas and how Trump sees this world and what he wants it to be. And it is a world that is unreal. It is a world and stuff that we are not used to. It's a world that cannot exist and stuff in this whole society. It can't. It's this thing and stuff is almost like trying to turn this country into a dictatorship. And if he gets his way and stuff, and the Republicans keep allowing him to do this, that's what it's going to be, because he wants to quell the news and stuff and control it. That's what China does. They are, they have a dictator over there. They're not saying he's a dictator. They're saying he's a prime minister, but they still have a dictatorship and stuff going on there. That is what's going on in Russia. Putin has become a dictator. And even though they're saying that he was elected, he's a dictator. Anybody who runs against him, if he thinks that they're going to create any kind of a problem, they're dead. Or he's going to lock them up or whatever. Yep. So they can't do anything. And nobody's saying anything about it because they are afraid. So I think he wants that environment and stuff to be here in this country where he takes over and he's long as he wants to be.
Ed, I think the environment is already set, bro. It's already. Why would you think all these people resigning, man? Why you think these people are resigning? Because they can't, individually, they cannot stand up to this man, even if they came collectively, because they are afraid. I mean, I think the guy said it. The name of the book is Fear. They are afraid of Trump and his cohorts. This man is a gangster, bro. That's what he is. He's a bully and a gangster, and he has all the people that's backing him. Anybody that comes against 45, that has any kind of power or any kind of whatever, they being threatened. That's just the bottom line. I mean, newspaper people is being threatened, all kinds of people being threatened. Some people are doing all kinds of things, man. I mean, I'm serious. These people are being threatened. I mean, I can name you a half a dozen people's lives have been threatened just by coming against 45 because they have a plateau. They got a podium, And so, but the thing is that the good people that's out there, and I imagine there's about 150 million good people in this country that really are concerned, and maybe even more. But the bottom line is somebody's going to have to step up to the plate, and that means the people. And as far as I'm concerned, it's the people. The people is going to have to step up, and I think that's what former President Obama is trying to galvanize these people to go out and vote. Go out and vote. Get these people out of office. And then do the right thing yourself. Don't get greedy like the rest of these people, when that money start coming in to you and you in office. I mean, all this is about money, man. These people, money and power. I mean,
Well, hopefully there's another that we understand that there's another elephant in that room and stuff that he has not spoke about at all, and that is how the Russians have took over and hacked our election. And I'm hoping that that during this whole process and stuff and everything, that we don't have that same thing that happened and stuff when Trump was running, them going in and hacking the elections and stuff and using the social media and all those other platforms and everything to get people and stuff not to come out and vote, and to also go in and do something with those inside those voting booths and everything to change the votes and stuff for the people who are out there trying to vote. So that's going to be that elephant that still sit there in that room and everything. Can the federal government and the state governments and stuff and everything, and the county governments and everything, be able to combat individuals and stuff who wants to hack into our voting machines? So it is going to be, even though you got a lot of people going out there and vote, if they're hacking into the machines and changing folks' votes, then that's a big problem and everything and stuff also that we don't need to happen. And hopefully he may be out there on the campaign trail and stuff talking about that also and everything. We have to be aware that there's hacking going on. So there are going to be people out there who are going to be watching to see what's going on. So go ahead.
Well, look at what you just said, and I agree. Hacking, I wanted to talk about AI. And so I was listening to a program a few days ago where this expert came in and said, artificial intelligence is going to take over if they don't watch it. Because right now, there are in the dark web, and we talked about this in a few segments ago, a few months ago. The dark web is real. There are people out there that are hacking and hacking and hacking. They are hacking not only just politicians and political systems. They're hacking for money. They're robbing banks. They're doing all kinds of things to get this money and disrupt. Some people are doing it for political reasons. Some people doing it for money. Some people doing it just for fun. And they're just hacking. And the thing is that is right now, and the former President Obama, he said that they're complicit because they didn't do anything about it. They didn't put money into stopping all of this stuff. So right now, we're in trouble because not only do you have gerrymandering going on, you got voter suppression going on, and now you got this serious hacking that's going on that caused chaos. And we haven't even seen the chaos that's going to happen in 2018 because there's going to be so much chaos right now. I mean, you talk about, in the last presidential election, you remember in South Carolina, they had that, or was it North Carolina? They had that whole system broke down and they told people, you can't vote or you still in line, just wait in line. That kind of stuff. Who knows how many places that's going to be. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen, as far as that go. And then you got this voter ID thing that's going on, 32 states, I think it is, that you got to have a voter ID thing. You can't just come in there and sign your signature. They said one of the most secure things that they used to have when you used to sign and say, this is me, because you can verify signatures. So that's going to be a big thing. The former president said, don't boo, vote. But you got all of these different issues that's going to be an issue.
Plan B, Ted.
Okay, give me plan B.
Plan B. When you have anything going on, when you are serving the people, whether you got a company you're running, whether you got a product that you have to get out, whether you're feeding the poor people, whether you're going into church or whatever you do, any intelligent leader always has a plan A, plan B, and a plan C.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is highly impossible for these Russians and whoever else out there who is doing the hacking to hack every voting machine and stuff out there, because if that happens, there's a lot of people who are going to know about it. Okay, why isn't it that secretly someone is sitting there in their offices in these state governments and these county governments and stuff with a plan B? Plan B, paper ballot. You can't hack a paper ballot.
Absolutely.
So you would think that if they have a plan B and stuff going on and they find out that their system is being hacked, they can quietly go ahead and start getting paper ballots and stuff out there to people to vote. They're already doing that and stuff right now in some states. They have early voting and stuff going on, and anybody who wants to early vote can get a ballot and stuff sent to them to their house, where they can mail those ballots and stuff in, or they can take, and most of these ballots and stuff are paper ballots. So you can't hack those things. That's plan B. Plan C and stuff and everything is that once you get the paper ballots and stuff in, is that the equipment that you use and everything to count these things you don't put these paper ballots back inside those machines and stuff and everything so they can count those daggone ballots. So it's going to be a long drawn out process if they have to go through that. But we have a lot of very, very, very smart people and stuff out there, Ted. And they know that what these Russians and stuff are doing, all they need is a voice and stuff at the top to say, let's do something to combat that. And they haven't gotten that from our president. Now, we've seen the Department of Homeland Security come out. We've seen all those cabinet heads and stuff come out on television and say about 3 months ago that they have a plan of action and stuff in place to eliminate all this hacking. But there was something missing at that podium. And that was the president of the United States letting the American people know that he is behind all of their efforts and everything. So what they did was okay, but it didn't have the kind of impetus and stuff behind it that a presidential voice and stuff can give to it. Whereas if you had President Obama sitting there and everything, he's going to stand there with them because he understands the importance of making sure that our system of voting and stuff and electing people from office is kept highly sacred, and that is secure, and that people around the country and around the world know that this thing is going to be done in a fair manner. But we haven't seen that in our president.
Oh yeah, and then the thing is that if his party loses a lot of seats, you know what he's going to say. You know exactly what he's going to say, that it was rigged to try to stop him. He's going to put that out there to his people, his little 36% approval rating. So
he can't win with that. And you know he's going to say it because he's always saying stupid stuff, just like he does right now. He's got stupid stuff he says all the time. He's telling people and stuff. He's telling the U.S. Attorney General and stuff that his people have indicted two Republican congressmen and stuff and everything for a crime that they done committed, that they shouldn't be doing this. So it's okay for those congressperson to commit a crime. That's stupid. It is stupid, Ted. It is highly stupid. These people have committed a crime.
Yeah.
And he's saying it's okay.
Yeah.
And nobody is bringing him down because of that.
He said two good people. That's what he said.
Two good Republicans who backed him up when he was in his early in his nomination time. They went ahead and backed him up. But then he turns around and slaps the man upside the head who also was in that group who early, said that he was going to be a president of the United States. And that was Jefferson Beauregard Sessions.
Well, actually, he should be up for prison too.
Absolutely. Even the
he lied.
Even the nominee for Supreme Court justice, they got Ford. He lied to the Senate committee and stuff. In
2004.
2004, he lied on there 4 times. But it's okay for him to lie and turn in to be the Supreme Court justice. And it's okay for the Trump administration to hide documents that shows the man lied. And it's okay that the Republicans are saying that it's okay for someone to lie and for them to go ahead and put them into the Supreme Court, knowing this man should not be in that office.
That's right.
But hopefully, maybe, Ted, through some real thing here, they get a chance to knock him down off of his pulpit and to break that smile off his face, because every time I see him, he got that stupid smile on his face, and I hate that. I want to slap that smile right off of his face because he thinks that he can do wrong and sit there in the highest court in the land and nobody does anything about it.
That's right. And that's what I say, that these Republicans are complicit and they don't care because they have 2 major web issues. And number 1 is abortion rights, and number 2 is gun rights. Those 2 wedge issues. Now, and of course, other things too, But what I mean is that, long as those 2 issues, they want those 2 issues to be, they want abortion rights. Senator Harris asked the question.
Okay, now you're getting to where I was heading to right now.
Senator Harris.
Those Democratic senators, and let's not just single out Harris. You need to single out all those people up there who was in that confirmation hearing there in the Senate committee, in the judicial committee for the United States Senate and stuff and everything, who sat up there and fought hard against this man. So go ahead, talk about Harris.
Well, okay, I want to talk about Harris because the fact is she asked a question that I love. I mean, she asked him, she said, Judge Kavanaugh, and I'm paraphrasing, are there any laws to stop over any males over their medical procedures, or force them any kind of policies or anything against a male? And he said, what are you talking about? You talking about, I don't understand, Now, you heard my question. Are there any laws to stop a male for any kind of medical procedures, or forcing a male for having any medical procedures? That's the question right there that should be. Here they are. Now, I might personally be against, I'm not for or against abortion, but, I don't understand the thing. But the bottom line is, it's a woman's body, and that's her decision. That's how I feel about it. So I don't have the right to tell a woman to do with her body, just like she don't have the right to tell me what I can do with my body. So why would you try to be over a woman's body and nobody's over your body? So that's what I like to know. I mean, we are supposed to be in a free country, so a woman can be able to do what she want to do. Now, if you're going to control a woman's body, you need to control a man's body. He the one's providing the seed. So if he produces a seed, then he should be accountable for it. That means you made a baby. You made a baby. You didn't made a You made a baby. No, you made a baby that you didn't want. So you told her to go get an abortion because you don't want the baby. And she don't want the baby. So both of y'all are in trouble. So you shouldn't have done the nasty. So what I'm saying is that, and I'm not condemning nobody from having, they can do whatever they want to do. That's on them, between them and God. That's all I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that you can't control one and let the other one do what he want to do, because he should be responsible too. So that means, you need to be not necessarily castrated, but you need to be sealed up where you can't have no more. Now they're talking about, if they get rid of this law, let me tell you what they're going to do. This is just my own opinion, and I might be wrong on this. But they're going to arrest these women that continue to have abortions. They're going to put them in jail. That's what they're going to do.
I got to ask you a question. What did he say when she let him speak? What did he say?
He didn't say a damn thing. He avoided the whole question.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I just want to know what he said so I can.
He avoided the whole damn question.
I didn't watch the whole hearing and stuff because it pisses me off to see that man sitting there and everything and might become our Supreme Court justice. I don't like that. I don't watch that stuff because it makes me mad and I don't need to get upset. But I wanted to find out what he said and stuff behind that, because you're right. You're right. That was a good question and stuff and everything. And that should have someone a long time ago should have asked that question, Ted, when back in the 1990s should have asked that question when they had people out there burning down these abortion clinics and all this other stuff and everything. They should have asked that question then, because it is a good question to ask. Why aren't you regulating yourself, your body? What stop you from regulating the male's body? Because evidently the male's body is pure, and but in society and stuff, Ted, we see that people judge a woman differently than
And
they do
then,
a man.
and then the thing about it, you can't. Now we have so much technology and science research. You can find out who the real father is. So therefore, okay, you just knocked with this woman. You want her to have an abortion, and abortion is not legal now. So therefore, you're going to have to be what they call it. I forget what they call it. They'll snip you, and then that way they put you back together. Now you can't let no more semen out. You're gone. You through. You can't have no more babies because you don't have a responsibility. Because what they're doing is they're condemning these women. You're a murderer. You're a killer. So, don't the man have some responsibility?
Yeah.
So if you're not willing to marry this woman or take care of this baby, and have this baby totally, then, I think, there should be some repercussions behind that crap. You sitting around here making all these babies, you got people out here making all these babies, and then the women, say, well, I ain't ready to have no baby. Now the women, according to the Bible, now I don't particularly go along with it, as far as what that saying says. Talking about and for the most part, physically, yeah, the woman is the weaker sex, but I don't think she's mentally the weaker sex. So the bottom line is that it takes two to tango. So I think that question was excellent. And they should
I have one thing I wanted to say and want to clarify, Ted. The woman carries the seed, the man fertilizes the seed.
Okay, the man gives the seed.
He fertilizes the seed.
Well, you can say fertilize or give. Fertilize is something that grows. The woman grows the seed.
Right.
The man gives
because the seed's already in her, but he fertilizes it. He puts the sperm in there. He puts the sperm in there to fertilize it.
That's right.
Anyway, let's go back. We're not gonna get an argument about the birds and the bees. Your next thing, Ted, I'm interested in stuff and hearing about is the Elon Musk and stuff. Why you keep bringing you keep bringing my man up?
I'm telling you, this dude, man, this guy that lost so much money, and he's sitting up there in a radio show with a comedian smoking weed. I mean, lit up. I mean, put it on camera, lighten up, man. He lighting up weed. Now, this right here is a ploy. He said, you know what he getting ready to do? He getting ready to open up a doggone weed shop. He getting ready to buy a bunch of weed stuff, so he can open up a business and have that. This is exactly what he's going to do. And then on top of that, he get these younger people, these millenniums, the ones that like to smoke weed. And I'm not dogging nobody because they want to smoke weed. Now, don't get me wrong. You can do whatever you want to do. And, I'll probably, like if it was legal for me, I'd probably smoke a joint myself. But what I'm saying is that the thing is, that's what he's doing. He's getting ready to invest. This man is worth $20 billion, bro. You think he can't put down $1 billion and open up and just take over that organization, take over some areas in that and build that market share up? I'm telling you, that's what he's gonna do, man. He's looking at that right there is the biggest growing thing going, man. Do you realize in Colorado, man, they made so much profit off of taxing the marijuana now, man, that they out of the hole?
Absolutely. It's a money-making business. Why you think the criminals out there making money off of selling marijuana? You got people out there who are billionaires and stuff and everything who are making money off of selling marijuana illegally.
Yeah.
They're illegally doing it and making money.
Yeah. Illegal. Yeah. And then it should have been made this thing legal a long time ago and had these people establish businesses, and those that want to smoke marijuana, they can smoke marijuana, I mean, the only thing I don't like, because, like back in my day, I tried a little bit, and you shouldn't be driving. You know, you shouldn't be driving. And, you know, I mean, marijuana is not a violent drug. At least, you know, if you don't put a whole bunch of chemicals and all that crap in it, you know, depending on what you smoke it with. But it's not a violent drug. You know, it's not going to, you know, it's not like certain alcohols that make you, you know, like crazy and what have you. That'll make you lay back and all you want to do is eat, you know. So the point what I'm making is that uh, this guy is getting ready to start a marijuana farm. If he haven't already bought the land already, he done probably bought the land already. He might even already invested in it. You know, he already put some money into it already. So, and the fact is that I think he's the type of person that, I mean, all the things I've read on him and what have you, he's looking for new ideas. He's trying to come up with so many things. He's a very innovative, out the box type of person, and he's able to get people to invest millions and millions and millions of dollars into his ideas. And so he's a very fortunate guy. You know, it's not a lot of people that can do that. You know, to come up with an idea, and then all he'll do is make a few phone calls and everybody get the word out. And then they just start sending him millions and millions of dollars for an idea. So, you know, more power to him. No, that's what I say.
Man, there are a lot of people, Ted, who wants to invest in these pot houses.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out there who want to invest in that. It's because there's money to be made in there. It's instant money.
Instant money. That could be a cash deal right there. People, you know, it's a cash deal. People come in there with cash.
Well, they have to, because they can't do anything and stuff with it, because you can't pay federal taxes and stuff on it because it's illegal. It's the crime. The federal government has not legalized marijuana. Only the states have. Colorado, I think the state of Washington, Nevada now has legalized it, and a few other states have legalized it medicinally. So you're finding states and stuff, state governments and stuff who are legalizing it, but it's still a federal crime. So you have a big thing and stuff going on there, because these houses, like you said, they have to have cash. When you walk in that door, but if they don't want your credit card, you have to bring cash money in there to them, because that's the only way that they can do business and stuff, because they can't pay federal taxes on. Now they pay state stuff. The state collecting a lot of money. Like you said, Colorado collects they collect a huge sums of money and stuff off of their marijuana sales, and they have capitalized, even though their governor and stuff and everything was a Republican and stuff at the time that they went ahead and legalized that stuff and everything. He went ahead on and did it because he couldn't stop it. The people there in Colorado said they wanted it, and they had the votes to get it, so they got it.
And you know, think about this though, Ed. You know, I mean to cut you off, but just think about this. You know, I can remember coming up as a kid. Alcohol was limited. You know, marijuana, obviously, drugs, what have you, was limited. And you have gambling was unlimited. And probably a few other things. You know, even prostitution. You know, because like in Vegas right now is legal in certain areas in Vegas, in Las Vegas, in Nevada. In Nevada.
Not Las Vegas.
Not Las Vegas, but in Nevada. So, and then you got you know, I remember coming up as a young teenager, they're saying, well, they should legalize this, they should legalize this, they should legalize, and that stuff is coming to fruition. And, you know, these are nothing but recreational, I mean, you can call it sin, you can call it, you know, deviance, you can call it whatever, but if that's what the people want, that's what they want. If they want legalized prostitution, that's what they want. If they want legalized marijuana and drugs, I mean, they might as well legalize all the drugs anyway, because all they're doing is these so-called doctors and what have you, giving all these people all these legalized pills and stuff, and they're becoming addicted. He just had this guy, and I never heard of him before. His name is Mac Miller. He's a rapper, and a lot of people have been giving him hands up, talking about how great he was, a nice guy he was, and all that. But he was addicted to drugs, and he overdosed. He just overdosed a day ago, or yesterday, or day before yesterday. I don't know when he overdosed, but it's a sad thing. And I've been hearing and reading about him, and people, even Chance the Rapper even gave him heads up because he gave him his first opportunity. He said how nice of a guy he was, and he just said flat out, the white guy, white rapper. Have you ever heard of Mac Miller? Never heard of him. That's how out of touch we are. You understand what I'm saying? We are out of touch. We're old people. So the point is that it's stuff that goes on, that all things, like gambling. You look at gambling right now, man. I mean, they got casinos all over Florida. They got casinos all over California. They got casinos in Illinois. They got lotto. They got all kind of scratch off tickets and everything. Back in my day, I told you, my stepdad, man, he was a policy man. He was a policy man until they made it. It wasn't. There used to be a misdemeanor, then they made it a felony, so he had to quit. And he was making hundreds and thousands of dollars a week. You understand what I'm saying? Selling that policy
off of pennies, nickels, and dimes. That's
there
it.
You go.
Pennies, nickels,
and
and
every once in a while, somebody put $2 in.
Absolutely.
that was a big thing. And he had hundreds of customers. But he had to hustle for those customers. But what I'm saying is that they made that legal. To now you can go to a grocery store and pick you some numbers and make a $2 bet or a $1 bet.
Absolutely.
So
now, Ted, I'm gonna change this subject just a little bit because we're getting close to being out of time here and stuff. Because we started this thing at like 8:30. So we only got a few minutes here. So we need to get to that other subject here that is dear to my heart here. And I see you brought it up again, and that's Nike and Colin Kaepernick.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Nike.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm an avid watcher of Facebook. I might watch it, maybe an hour a day, but I do different portions. I might do 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 15 minutes there, because, a lot of good news come on Nike. And then plus I like to keep up with my people. When I say my people, I'm talking about people that that's on my Facebook, and they bring out good things. I got a lot of people that believe in God that's on there. They give a lot of encouraging words. But I saw this thing this morning. I'm up early, and it was this football player, and he went on Facebook. The man must have had a wad of money, man. Anybody he saw, you want some Nike products? Come on in here. And he just started peeling off dollar bills, man, 20s and 30s, 20s and what have you, $100 bills, buying people stuff. A Nike. You want something? He went outside, people just sitting outside, told him, come on, I'm gonna buy you some Nike stuff. And he bought this one little this nice little old, she wasn't no old lady, but she had 3 or 4 kids with her. And they was out there shopping. He must have paid about $500 or $600 and bought all of them outfits, bought them shoes and everything. She just was crying. So I'm saying, the thing is, and I put my little protest on Facebook too. I got 2 pairs of Nikes, which I never paid a dime for because my kids bought them. But still, I'm going out today and I'm gonna start looking for another pair of Nikes. I'm gonna do my part too.
So you guys got a protest where instead of burning your Nikes up, you're buying you some Nikes. Is that true?
Right. That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Because you got these people that, they got the wrong side of this deal. They don't understand, and they don't appreciate And obviously they don't care about Black Lives Matter because they gonna sit up here talking about it's the flag. When the man is keep on telling you that he's not protesting the flag, he's not dishonoring the flag. He keep telling you that, but you don't hear him. He's not dishonoring the military. So I don't understand that. How you gonna sit up here saying that he's dishonoring the flag when I see people all, do it? You go to any game right now. You go to any game right now. The song is playing. People are out in the doggone vestibule buying beer and hot dogs. They ain't standing to attention. They ain't got their hand on their heart. Huh? Is that disrespecting? I'm just asking. Is that disrespecting the flag? When you sit up there and you know the doggone song is playing, the anthem is playing, and you don't stop what you're doing, you have a right to not do that if you don't want to. That's what we're supposed to be in a free country, right? That's just my opinion. I mean, we're supposed to be in a free country. Aren't we in a free country? Do I have to say, hey? I mean, if I don't, I'm going to get shot. What's going on? I don't understand this, man. These people, like, are they insane or what? This is a free country, man. You're supposed to do whatever you want. People have the right, I've never done it, have the right to burn the flag if they want to. They can step on it. They can do whatever they want to do with it. You don't have to sing the song. So, this is supposed to be a free country.
Well, Ted, my take and stuff on this is that last year you saw our leader of the free world use a peaceful protest and made it a political issue, and made it a hot button political issue.
Yeah.
Because he used a dog whistle to get people to look at something that was peaceful and make it ugly. And he used the flag and stuff to do it. And that is the power of that pulpit that he sits in, because most of the folks and stuff who are out there creating all this mess and stuff are that 36% who follow him, not the other 68 or 67% of the people and stuff out there who look at it and stuff in a different manner. So
Yeah,
he's taking the power of 35% of the people and stuff in this country and used it and stuff out there and brought it out there and made something political about it. He's even created an environment and stuff and everything that he is putting the National Football League, American pastime, in jeopardy of not being a valid entity and stuff out there, and for people to not come and watch football.
Well, it's two things here going on in my mind, because number one, think about this. If, I can understand those people that are real passionate about certain things, about that, respecting the flag, respecting the military. I can respect that. And that's their right to do that. And they should do that. And because that's where they feel. And that's a good emotion. And because I'm going to tell you, I didn't spend many a times I've stood up for the anthem before our high school and basketball games and put my hand over my heart. And and tears had fallen down in my eyes from honoring that, thinking about the American dream. So but the point is that there are, I'm just saying. And now the second thing is that, didn't he try to buy an NFL team and they told him get the hell away from here? And that's why he started that other so-called failed football thing that he tried to start, and he ended up getting Herschel Walker. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. The AFL, American Football League, or something. USFL. I'm sorry, the USFL. He did. He went down and they created another whole league and stuff called the USFL
And it
because of them.
failed.
Yeah, and it failed. Yes, it did because the
And
National
they
Football
didn't
League.
want him. They did not want him, just like they didn't want Russ Limbaugh, because Russ Limbaugh wanted to buy a team.
But those were a business dealing and stuff and everything and stuff, Ted. I'm talking about politicizing something that the American people hold dear.
Man. That's the reason why he's doing it. He's doing it because they X'd his butt out.
Oh, no. He did it as a dog whistle, Ted. He did it because of the black folks and stuff.
It could be
just like he did, in
said,
Charlottesville.
I can do two things at once. Number one, I hate the NFL because they didn't put me into that, and I could have bought me a team. And the second thing is, like you say, I'm not disagreeing with your dog whistle, whatever. But the bottom line is that was one of the main reasons why. Because he's always been dogging the NFL before he was president.
Well, he's causing some of his billionaire friends out there, especially the Dallas Cowboy owners and stuff, or Jerry Jones, to lose a heck of a lot of money and stuff by creating a problem and stuff for them that it's going to be affecting their bottom line. Because right now you started out with a small group of folks and stuff who are boycotting the National Football League. They're not watching it. They're not paying for that direct TV football package and all this other stuff that they got out there. So there's money and stuff out there being lost. And I don't believe that this issue and stuff and everything is done and stuff with the National Football League, the owners and the Players Association out there who are fighting and stuff and everything. And it could mean a big loss in dollars and stuff because of what the heck's going on. Because you got people out there who watch the National Football League and stuff who are dire fans and stuff of a lot of these teams and stuff out there, and to have a political issue like this, a hot button political issue that became so tough that it created a tremendous controversy and stuff between the owners, between the players, between the TV contracts and all of that, and people and stuff who have decided that they are not going to watch the National Football League. So anyway, that's out of the way. I want you to say one more thing about artificial intelligence and stuff, and I think we should be done by then. We got about 5 more minutes left.
Well, the thing is, though, man, what I wanted to say is that it's really going to be taken over because everything is so highly technical now, and the engineering mechanisms are so advanced now. They can make anything out of anything and make it automation and knock so many people out of jobs right now. I mean, we haven't even hit the surface yet as far as that goes, because they've already then done certain things that right now, I'll tell you the classic example. Maps. When last time you bought a map? You remember that was a big thing. I mean, think about it.
Hell, Ted, what about the phone book? You want to bring up map? What about the phone book?
That's what I'm saying.
That used to be, there used to be a big thing. People create the phone book.
Yeah.
But jobs and stuff, Ted, are still out there. We just have to find, even though you have artificial intelligence that is there, Ted, jobs are still being created and stuff and everything because of artificial intelligence. You just have to find out where those jobs and stuff are at. They are there, Ted.
They say, wait a minute. I'm not saying they're not out there, Ed, but you got people that are not trained, are not being trained. Now that's educational problem. Because you got people right now, there are 5 right now. The statistics said that there are something like 6 or 7 million jobs out there right now that they are looking for qualified people for. Mm-hmm. And the point is, they cannot find those qualified people because you have to have, most of them have to have all these technical skills and this knowledge. And they're not training, the school systems are not training these kids. Now they can operate stuff, they can do this and they can do that. But when it comes to going to the inside of that and learning these codes and doing all the things that they need to learn, they're not teaching that. Because you know why? They're not getting the right teachers to teach them.
Ted, they are teaching it. It is not going on in our schools, in the urban areas, but they are teaching it, Ted. I'm telling you, I see it every day and stuff in the school systems and stuff that I'm around. They are teaching it. They are not doing it in the urban schools, but they are teaching it. They are getting these kids and stuff ready. Go to an Apple store in your neighborhood, and in the morning time, they have classes and stuff in there that are teaching 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old kids and stuff about artificial intelligence. They are teaching it. It's just not going on in our schools.
Oh, okay.
And we are not demanding that they do this in our schools, in the urban school areas.
I've never been into an Apple store, so
I have.
I know you have.
I just been there. I'm sitting there watching.
You probably live in an Apple store.
Watching these kids, man, who are 4 and 5 years old. And they're not only white kids, they have black kids in there too, because some of these black parents and stuff are bringing their children and stuff in there to be taught artificial intelligence. These kids are programming little robots and stuff that they program them to do things and stuff, go out, to make a left turn, make a right turn, to jump, to move around and go and do patterns and stuff out there. And these kids are programming these devices that make them go out there and do that. There's artificial intelligence, and they're teaching their kids and stuff there. We need to get on top of this in these urban schools and say, hey, kids, we need to start teaching this stuff and having a class on it. And instead of just not just teaching them basic stuff and everything, or not teaching our kids
how to use the product. That's all they're doing, is teaching them how to use the product.
Well, they're not even teaching that. Most of the parents and stuff are buying them these games and stuff like that, Ted. And and these kids are sitting there playing these games and have no idea what causing these games to work. What's causing it to games to be on the TV? I remember my grandkids come by and I asked them questions and said, well, what about the characters over there and stuff? How do you know what their character is doing? And they can tell me everything on their keyboard about it, but they can't tell me how they make that thing work. I don't know, Granddaddy. It just works. Well, somebody is out there, Ted, who have been taught, and they're sitting down there and they're creating these daggone games. They're taking these games and stuff. They're making different characters and stuff for them, and making these characters do certain things that all they have to do is use their little pad and little thing here and joysticks and all that stuff, and these things are jumping and they're creating these environments and stuff on. But our children have no idea what makes them work.
I got an assignment. I'm glad you told me, because see, I never knew that they had these classes. Yeah. I have a little second grader grandchild, and I think my assignment, I'm gonna go by there one of these mornings, because I usually walk in the mall every once in a while, and do my little walking. And when I see that place open up, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna ask me some questions, and then I'm gonna find out if they're providing classes. And I'm bringing my little grandson over there because he loves those games.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm telling you, they got these kids there. I'm telling, it's amazing, Ted, to see it. I mean, I'm looking at them. These are 4 and 5 years. I was sitting there waiting in line and stuff.
I have an assignment
to get my iPhone and stuff done. I needed some work done on my iPhone, and I had to get it done. So I'm sitting there. I sat there about 2 hours, and I'm sitting there watching. They had a class for an hour, then they brought another group and stuff in. These parents are signing up for these classes.
Okay, I got me an assignment there, bro.
It's going on, Ted. I'm telling you, man, it's going on. So we have a big job. Yeah, we have a big job out there, man, where the kids and stuff and are going down to school. They are not teaching these kids and stuff what they need to do to become successful. Now, and we spoke about this, Ted, several times and stuff on our programs, that some of our children and stuff are not going to be able to learn what's going on. So they need to learn crafts or whatever. But we need to find those children and stuff at a young age and stuff who are excited about learning about this type of business and stuff out there, business environment, AI, artificial intelligence, how to make things and stuff work electronically and all that. And so we if we don't offer it to the kids and stuff who are in school, then how are we going to find out if they're qualified or if they're capable and stuff?
If they're interested, because just like me, I was all into basketball, and that's all I wanted to do was play basketball. You have to be really interested in that kind of thing, and and have a strong desire, because man, it takes a lot of work to learn that stuff, man. That's no joke. It's just like basketball. If I would have worked on all of my skills like I should have spent more time than learn what I had wanted to do. But the point is, I'm just saying, just because you're a high tech guy, and so therefore, you know the work that it takes, and it's a lot of work. But if you have that love for it and that desire for it, and then you're going to want to get better and better and better. And then next thing you know, you're going to be like Zuckerberg. You could just get on the doggone machine and just it's like a first language.
Actually, Ted, Zuckerberg doesn't know a lot about programming and stuff. He doesn't.
The man knows 10 programmers. Man, I already read about it. He already knows 10 programmers. He doesn't know.
He doesn't know all of them. There's a lot of things out there and stuff. These guys and stuff who are head of these companies and stuff out there, they know a little bit about it, that can touch upon it, but there is a whole lot of other stuff around it that they don't know. Just like me, there's a whole lot of stuff out there, Ted, that I don't know about, and everything that's going on out there in this world of technology. I know a lot, but I don't know half as much as I should know, or half as much as I want to know. I want to know a lot of things, because the programming language, everything, man, is changing. Apple has changed their programming language. They got another language out there called Swift. And most people out there, it's a new language that just started. Google's got a new language and stuff that's coming on out there. And Zuckerberg has no idea about it because it's brand new. These people are using these languages and stuff out there to program their stuff and everything, all of their multimedia things that are going on out there. They are using a different language and stuff to program these things. These languages and stuff are not as labor intense and stuff and everything. You can create icons and stuff out there that teaches this machine and stuff what's going on, because the icon has its own language inside of the icon. So what they used to do separately and everything, this icon does it. And then they can put another icon there, and they use this blockchain technology.
Stop it right there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Stop it right there.
I'm sorry. It's going way above you here. And probably the audience, because they have no idea what the heck I'm talking about. So I'm sorry. I shouldn't be doing that. But anyway, this is what's going on out there, Ted. I'm telling you, man, it is just unbelievable what's happening. And it's changing constantly all the time. I mean, all the time it's changing. So we just have to make sure that our children and stuff out there have access and stuff.
Next week, I'm going to Apple.
Okay.
Apple Store right at the mall. That's going to be one of my projects. Just like my other project is get on the phone.
Do that, and Ted, and talk to the technical people and stuff there and everything, and they will be very interested and stuff if you can bring a number of children and stuff in there. Say you've got 5 or 6 kids and stuff and everything that you have available that you can bring in there for a class. Sometimes these people, man, will create a class and stuff for you, because Apple wants people out there to know their language. They are looking for young children and stuff and everything to get them started into using their language, because the people there in Apple and their leader and stuff and everything, and their department heads and all that stuff, they are looking for people and everything to come in and be able to help Apple become even a stronger company and stuff. And so they're starting out at that lower level, and they're hoping that they can get these kids to to start out with their Apple stuff and everything, and continue to use their products and stuff and everything all the way through their years. And then when they get off into school, they're working on Apple stuff and everything, so they can have engineers and technicians and stuff and everything, and programmers to come into their environment and stuff and everything to help them out, because they know that they're going to need these people and stuff and everything to do their jobs of the future. So and that's the reason and stuff why they're holding these classes and stuff for these kids, because these kids and stuff to them are an asset to their company.
Well, I'm gonna jump on it. That's gonna be my project for next week. There it is.
Well, people, we are way past our time here. We started out at 8:38. It's 9:46, so we almost 10 minutes over our allotted 1 hour slotted time here. So look for our recorded version if you haven't went online to see it. We welcome all of you guys to come in and watch us live, to start a chat line and everything, to ask questions and stuff so we can talk about them for you. And we got a way of doing this, and so some we find people and stuff who want to come in, join us on Saturday morning and Wednesday evening now. So hopefully Mr. Harvey and I will be able to start having this thing more days a week, but I haven't got any confirmation yet from him. Because we got a lot of stuff to talk about, just like today, man. Every day.
If I can't get my office out, I can do it on the phone anyway. So hey. So whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
Well, I'm gonna try to find me some more help here, because I'm telling you, man, this thing, putting these recorded versions and stuff out there just takes up a lot of my time, man. I got a lot of other stuff going on. I got the blog that I have to get out. I'm missing out on my articles and stuff in the blog. I got their website I got to improve, man, because they have a whole new language and stuff out there, and access to web things. And man, these browsers and stuff, man, are changing constantly. Google, their Chrome browser and stuff and everything, just put out some brand new technology things and stuff out there. And if you got a website and stuff out there, you have to make sure that your website conforms to these browsers, these new browsers that are coming out there, or when you put the website out there, it's not going to look right, or it's not going to even work and stuff on their browsers and stuff now, because they're changing them constantly. Chrome just put out a whole new
So what you're saying, and now just listen to what you just said. Now check this out. Okay. Somebody just did 6 months ago, just started a website. Now all of a sudden it's almost obsolete.
Yeah.
And they might have spent $2,000-$3,000 to build it.
Absolutely.
That's how fast technology goes.
Absolutely.
And then that person's going to be upset. They just started a nice website and they spent all that time for it, and now all of a sudden it's almost obsolete, or it's not going to work properly, or it's not going to be like they thought it was going to be. And now they got to do a whole new revamp.
Well, they may not have to do a whole new revamp, but they may have to tweak their website and everything so it complies, so that language and stuff in there can comply to the HTML coding language and stuff, can comply to that new technology is out there, the new browser.
So that's more money.
You're looking at it in a bad way, but there are people and stuff who look at it in a good way, because what that actually does and stuff, Ted, is the person who created their website and everything for them, it creates them a job.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Didn't I just say more money?
Absolutely. And so that means that they got a constant job and stuff, because they have to constantly, especially these websites, man, that have to be out there, that these companies and stuff depend upon. Amazon, they depend on their website to be out there, because if their website is not up, they're not making any money. They've lost huge sums of money. Apple, the same way. If their website not up,
bottom dollar money. You can stand up and holler that I can bet you, boy, they've been hit so many times you can't even count it.
Absolutely. Just like, and I'm telling you, Ted, it's a constant battle with these hackers, man. People want to hack into your website for creating bots and stuff out there, and they're constantly out there doing it. They stopped hacking ours for probably about 2 or 3 months, but then started back again. So it's a constant battle, man, to keep them from hacking into our website that's out there.
and what do we? We small potatoes.
We are,
hacking us.
but they ready to hack into it, man. I didn't start it back again, man. I'm getting, because I have a program that I set up that if somebody comes in there and can't log in to our website, it automatically sends me an email saying that this person or this IP address tried to get into the website and they couldn't get in. They couldn't log in. It was a failed login. So it sends me a notice and stuff and everything that says, hey, there was a failed login and stuff, so I can be aware that somebody trying to hack into our site. So it stopped for a while, for about 3 or 4 months now, and they didn't start it back again. They getting ready.
Oh, it was on vacation, summer vacation, bro.
No, they weren't. They were hacking at somebody else's website. They had some other stuff going on because they find it difficult to hack into ours. Because, like you said, we are low on that totem pole, so they didn't have anything to do. So they caught that low hanging fruit and thought they can get into our website and stuff and use it to their purpose and everything. They found out they couldn't, so they went off to find someone else that they probably hacked into. So it's a constant battle, man. They're constantly out there, shooting out these things to log into to these sites. They find one and they'll set up their system and stuff to do.
But think about this though, Ed. Now, the thing is that you got this talent, this skill, this ability. People that are listening to this program, they should be actually contacting you and asking for your services, where you can sort of kind of at least give them some kind of assistance where they don't have to be paying, an arm and a leg. Now, your services won't be free, but you won't be charging them an arm and a leg. And you get 3 or 4 of those people that call you, like, hey, and you can help them. I mean, you can't, 20 people, 30 people call you. That would be pretty hard to deal with. But 3 or 4, maybe 5, hey.
Well, if 20 people and stuff call me and they have 20 different sites and stuff, Ted, there's a way that I can set up some things and stuff and help each one of them out and stuff. And it doesn't create a big problem and stuff and everything for it, because, it's kind of hard to explain unless I get the individuals and stuff there. But if someone, one of the audience and stuff out there wanted that to happen, fine. Yeah, call me and I will help. I will do the best I can. I just help. I just spent.
Just let them know it's not going to be free, but
right,
it's not going to be a hard.
I just spent an hour and stuff yesterday helping my sister and stuff to upgrade her computer system, and she got a whole new system there, and she's afraid, man. She's in her 70s and stuff. And when I told her what had to be done, that she had this 32-bit microprocessor and stuff there on her old computer, I said, sis, this thing is becoming outdated and stuff here, because most people don't make 32-bit programs and stuff anymore. Most of the programs that are coming out now are 64-bit programs, which makes the program a lot faster. So you got this 32-bit. It is quickly becoming obsolete. You are not going to be able to access a lot of these programs if you continue to have this thing. So she had to upgrade her system to a 64-bit system. And so I went out and helped her buy a whole new system and stuff and everything for a minimum amount of money, and had everything and stuff sitting there for her. But I had to leave and come back home. So I went online and stuff with her and everything and helped her to get her system up and running. And now she is happy. Her chest is all out. I did this. she called all of her girlfriends up. Oh yeah, I got my computer up and I got it running. And I did it myself. I had to pay anybody to do it. Well, she called me an hour and a half of my time to sit down and walk her through everything she had to do. So but she's happy
and she got it up, and she can go on all the things that she
Right. She's very happy about it. She can go back on Facebook now, just like she usually do, and do a lot of things. And plus, she's got some new things on her computer and stuff and everything. She's got a camera and stuff there. So if she got some friends out there who want to talk to her or whatever, she can use that camera and stuff now, just like we're doing, and do broadcasting and talk back and forth with her friends or whatever. Even though most of her friends and stuff aren't that technologically advanced, but they can do that. But she has the capabilities of doing that now if she wanted to.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So anyway, that just shows you guys and stuff that, you know, things can be done. Don't be afraid of technology. Don't be afraid of calling people up if you've got a problem, because there are a lot of people out there who are fishing these folks here, and you know it. They're calling these people up and, they're taking advantage of them, charging them $200 or $300 on their credit cards and everything, and just destroying them. And it is just and for absolutely nothing. Man, you know, like I said, me and my wife talked again the other day, man. Somebody else called her up again and threatened her, told her the IRS is coming to get her, and you need to call us up. The IRS is coming to get you, and they're going to arrest you if you don't call us up and take care of this problem. And some people, Ted, man,
they fall for the okie doke.
They fall for the okie doke, man. And some of these people, man, they be getting $2,000 and $3,000, Ted, out of these folks and stuff who don't know.
Hey, before we go, let me tell you this story though, man. You know, like a Walmart person caught this lady. She was trying to withdraw, write an advance check, saying she had got this email or text or something that telling her that, thinking it's from her grandson. This is a grandmother that was in jail, and I need $3,200 or something like that, $2,300 or whatever. And she was getting ready to get that money and send it off, so get her grandboy out of jail. But she didn't bother to contact nobody in the family because she figured, you know, he didn't want nobody to know about it and blah, 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 and get him out of jail. And the Walmart guy sit there and say, wait a minute, this don't look right. You know, did you call your family? Did you do this, do this? You know, all the little red signals. And end up, it was a scam. Trying to get money from them. So, you know, it's all kind of scammers out there, man. So.
And man, they're out there, man. They out there, and they are so sophisticated and stuff, Ted, now that some of them have hacked into your email accounts and stuff and everything, and they find out, they follow your email and find out what you're doing. Last year, my wife and I went to, we were out there on the road and stuff traveling. 2 years ago, we were out there traveling, and most of us knew about this and everything, so they didn't know where we were going, but they knew we was out traveling. So we got back home, and my wife happened to look at some of her emails and stuff and everything, and what they had done was they sent out an email to all of my wife's contacts and stuff and everything, all people that she be you know, conversing with on an email account, and the email said that she was in this country, I think is Spain or somewhere, Madrid, and that she needed money. She had ran out of money, and she needed them to send her some money so she can get back home. So she lost her passport, she lost all of her stuff and everything. She don't have a phone, and they would actually, they even sent an email to her doctor.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is, man. And and just so happened her doctor knew her phone number and everything, and called up and said, Miss Velma, Miss Bishop, I got this email and stuff that says, and my wife went back and looked and stuff, and man, they had sent it out to about 50 of her contacts and stuff and everything. So she went in and called up Yahoo, I guess, and stuff, and had them to, they told her to change her email and everything to something else, to change her password and all the other stuff, because, you know, Yahoo had been hacked and never told anybody about it. And they had, you know, yeah, it was, man, it's some crazy stuff going on out there, man. You got to be aware. So anyway, it's 10 o'clock here.
I know, man. We're way over.
We're way over. Bye, people. We'll talk to you on Wednesday evening, 7 o'clock.
Hey baby, what you trying to do? Spent the night just trying to find you. You the hottest one under the sun, and I'm under your spell. We stuck just like glue. You ain't got the free crib, oh well. You and me can head to the hotel. Whatever we do, just don't tell. I don't need anybody all on my coattail. I feel your energy and I ain't trying to fight it. Your vibe is way too exciting. I know I'm who you wanna ride with. Don't fake it, I know that you like it.
It's more than just emotions. I get more emotions. All you gotta do is focus, not what you used to, but you like it. But you like it. Ooh.